evening. You're very welcome to Black North Productions, City Voices on the quay here, the lovely quay in Derry, Strabane, Derry. We're here tonight to interview a lot of local people here about a range of issues. Now, this is going to be very informal session tonight. We're going to have some of the interviewees actually having to go themselves. So this is all about a bit of fun, understanding how film works, understanding how the whole process is put together. So hopefully we'll have a bit of crack, a bit of fun. Culture Night 2023, Black North Productions.
So John, do you think that older people should have to work longer, for example, well into their 60s, in order to receive their state pension?
Absolutely not. By the time you have worked until you're into your 60s, you've already put a lot of money into the system without really getting an awful lot back in a lot of cases. By the time you've put that much money in, you've earned your rest, you've earned your time off, you've earned your time to enjoy the rest of your life. So absolutely not. There is no way that people should be made to work into their 60s, paying more taxes, whenever a lot of taxes are spent on things that people wouldn't support, wouldn't agree with a lot of the time. So no, absolutely not. You should not have to work later and later and later to earn your state pension.
What age do you think should be the cut-off point for working?
65 at a push. Should never be any higher than that, but probably lower than that as well.
That's very interesting. Thanks for that, John. So we're just here with Kieran now, just asking him a few questions as well about the city. So Kieran, there has been a lot of talk recently about the cost of living. Has that affected you in any way?
Well, who hasn't affected? It's a case, of where the price of milk has gone up, the price of bread has gone up, and we're being told that it's down to inflation. But even though inflation has reportedly went down, even a minor touch, the food prices still keep going up.
Yeah.
So, we're being told and what we're seeing on the ground are completely two different things. I no longer listen to the excuses of the war in Ukraine or inflation anymore. I think it's all to do with companies not having tariffs. And I think that everybody has been affected by the cost of living crisis in some shape or form, through electricity, through heating, through food prices, through everyday things. And it just keeps getting worse and worse. And it's like a myriad of problems that has no solution.
So we're now here with Sean, who is in the local music scene himself. So Sean, do you think with what's been happening recently, there's been a lot of cuts to the funding in the local music scene? Has that affected you in any way, or how do you think that affects the city in general?
It's definitely affected me personally, and it's a source of income, and it's affected a lot of friends and family. I do believe if they had taken things into consideration a while ago, where they kind of chased their tails around the problem. I do believe that they were wise with a penny and foolish with a pound. They don't have a proper practice place, and if you do, it's very limited and quite expensive to practice for 1 hour. Some places are charging £15. I don't understand where we have huge rents and bands, especially young bands.
Yeah.
They're actually struggling to find a place to practice.
Yeah.
And as I say, it's very, very time limited. Now, yes, we've no government, we've no Strabane. But funny enough, directly behind us is Everton Square, and there's a hotel that recently got compensated with no government in place. Where's that money come from? Who signed that check? Where's our government?
Very frustrating, Sean, I have to agree. Thanks for your points on that. Thank you. So Paul, do young people these days have the same respect for older people as previous generations, do you think?
Oh no, that's a very good question. The respect is the first word that's in my head. And maybe the word discipline. When we were younger, or when I was younger, there seemed to be more discipline when you were younger. For example, I was reared up. My father was killed in a road accident when I was 6 months old, so my mother reared on the road, myself and my sister. My mother was a lot of discipline, and through that there was a lot of respect I had for my mother as I grew up. I just don't know if that's here anymore. As I it down to the internet? Is it down to social media? I just don't know. I maybe think a lot of that plays a big part on young people respecting their elders. As well as that, when we were at school, you know, if you were 5 minutes late for school or whatever, or if you were caught horse playing around, you know, you get a slap in the hand or whatever. You know, that's maybe open a can of worms here talking about this, but you know, respect and discipline goes a long way, you know, in your lifetime, and you will, you know, always go to respect your elders. You know, maybe from teaching in the local college here, I can maybe be one of the first to say there's a lot of young people coming on there 16 years of age doesn't have respect for their teachers and stuff like that. But I think getting back to answering your question, I think maybe the young people nowadays there should be as much interaction on their cell phones and all the rest of it, and I think there should be more slight discipline them as they get older, as they grow, especially in their teenage years.
That's great. Thanks for your views on that, Paul. Thank you.
Very much. Thank you.
So, John, moving on to health now. The waiting list for things, all medical procedures such as scans and operations, have increased significantly. Is there anything that you believe can be done about this?
Yeah, well, this is something that's personally affected me quite a bit in the last year. I've been on a waiting list for 3 different scans. Each one has taken sort of upwards of 8 or 9 months to actually get the scan. When I get the scan, I also find that there's not really much of an appetite to follow through any sort of treatment after that, just because the NHS is so swamped. In terms of what can be done about that, I'm not sure that anything can be done while there's no extra funding. A&E in Alton is queued out the door at all hours of every day. Doctors are under massive pressure, nurses are under massive pressure. Frustration's growing right across the board. Without extra funding and extra support, see what can be done at this point in time.
I agree, that must be very frustrating, John. Thanks for that. So, Kieran, the Conservative government have imposed radical cuts to Northern Ireland's budget. Do you think that this is fair?
Absolutely not. I think that it's an absolute disgrace to hack away at a budget. It's designed to encourage growth. It's designed to encourage businesses to develop. This budget's going to kill off small businesses. It's going to deter investors away from Northern Ireland, all in the name of Tory government over in England that have absolutely no connection here with the people of Northern Ireland. The Tories have went on a 13-year rampage of destruction, and it's about time that was brought to an end.
Yeah, definitely, Kieran. Thanks for that.
Trying to get an appointment, or trying to get talking to somebody professional who can give me advice. Or maybe it's something as simple as an antibiotic. The waiting times on the phone is ridiculous. I've tried 37 times on one day, 56 times the next day, and 32 times just yesterday, and I still haven't got an appointment. So it's gotten to the pathetic stage for a simple thing is to see a doctor. We know the transitional period of privatisation is happening. It's happening in front of our eyes. You know, I don't know who doesn't see it, but whatever their plan is, they're putting in place, they need to do it quick. Who's going to die?
So we're just moving on to the young people now. So we're here with Kenneth today. So Kenneth, do you mind if I ask you a few questions regarding the city?
No.
Okay. So Kenneth, what kind of music do you like?
I like rock and alternative rock.
Very good.
Fearless too.
And who would be your favourite band, and what's your favourite album?
My favorite band is Gorillaz, and favorite album is fantastic.
And why do you like Gorillaz so much? Why do you like Gorillaz so much?
I like like variety and like the type of music they make.
Yeah. And do you like how they use media rather than showing their real faces?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. That's great, Kenneth. Thanks for that. Thank you. So we're here with Aidan now. So Aidan, do you think there's much pressure on young people to do well in school these days?
Yeah, I think there is a lot of pressure on young people to do well in schools because you could have like an older sibling or that can do really well, that can get all A's and stuff, whereas you probably just want to be like them at school. So.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for that, Aidan. So Kenneth, when older people tell you about how things were when they were young, how does that make you feel?
It's pretty interesting. I like listening to it.
You do like listening to it?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Hearing about things from like their days, you know, and their perspectives on things, how they change.
And do you think it differs now that you're growing up? Do you think it sounds different from what your parents experienced?
Yeah.
That's great, thanks for that. So Aidan, do you think that the well-known YouTubers of today are having a positive or negative influence on young people?
I think they're having a positive influence on people because I think they're a big role model for them. They've probably dealt with setbacks and they can help young people that are dealing with setbacks as well.
Yeah, so, and would you follow many YouTubers yourself?
I follow a few.
Very good, that's great, thanks for that Aidan.
Right, and as I've said before, Black North Productions and our City Voices, but this time it's going to be an interview of the difference. Two of our interviewees will interview each other, and the reason we're doing this is to show that young people not only can do that, they can be involved in interviewing, just to give them a wee taste of what it's like to be, not just to interview, but to be interviewed and vice versa. So we've got Canis and Aidan here, two young men from the city, two athletes, and I think that the questions that we ask will be both interesting and I think informative. And I'll just hand you over to Canis first, who will interview Aidan, and then Aidan will interview Canis. There we go, Canis.
Aidan, do you want me to ask you some questions about music, about schools, bunch of topics? Do you mind if we ask you any questions about that?
No. Yeah, you ask me.
Okay, right. Question number one. What's your favourite band?
My favourite band is AC/DC. So it's I'm a really big fan of music.
What would be your favourite album of theirs?
Highway to Hell.
What would be your favourite song?
Thunderstruck, because that their song makes me feel really motivated. So it is.
That's a quite popular song, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Right. Question number two. If you could see any band, any person, who would it be? Like in the entire world, who would it be?
I really would like to see AC/DC, but I just don't think that they perform anymore or anything. But if they still were able to perform, I'd love to go see them. So, yeah.
Right. Question number three. Right. Do you think phones are being a bit overused by kids nowadays?
Yeah, absolutely, because at home people can't even have like a normal conversation with their parents or friends because they're just too distracted by their phones, like on it just way too much. So they are.
Definitely. Do you think that cyberbullying is like very like, you know, on like people don't mind know like the severities of it today? You know, like kids will just like say something awful on the internet and like think that's been happening.
Yeah, I think 8-year-olds need to like understand the dangers of it. Like, I don't think they understand that just one mean message could like hurt somebody, and like they don't know how they're feeling, so they aren't. What
are your opinions on vaping? You should be like stopped? You should be like lessened, illegal?
Yeah, I think vaping should be stopped for young people. I think there should be like an age restriction on it because. I just don't think it's good that young people are vaping these days. Like, I think they just do it just to be cool in front of their friends, which I don't think it's just not good for their body. So
yeah. If people just seem to do it right now because I think it's cool, like it's really not. Like, if you want to be cool, just be yourself, so motivational. Anyways, yeah, it's definitely not that good, is it? No, it's just like. Hello there, mate. Right, so I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. You ready for that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Right, question one. What kind of music do you like?
Kind of like a bunch of different genres, but I did trad for a while and then have gigs doing pop music and stuff like that.
So, what would be your favourite band?
Probably The Script or Picture This.
And what would be your favourite album of theirs?
I'm atrocious at names of albums, so I really don't know, but it's kind of like a mixture of a lot of different songs.
Okay, question two. Do you play any musical instruments, or do you want to learn them?
I play piano and then I sing. So I did my grade 8 in piano there a year ago. And then,
do you think that vaping should be lessened?
Yeah. I don't vape myself.
You think vaping makes people look less cool?
Like, I don't really, like, if someone wants to vape, go for it, but I just wouldn't myself.
You think young people should not do it?
Well, like, obviously it's better if you don't than if you do, but everyone has their own choice.
Have you heard people illegally sell vapes to young children?
No.
You heard that? So, okay, no, right. So, young teenagers will come to the store and they will purchase vapes from the store owners illegally, and like the kids are underage. So, what do you think about that? What do you think we do to stop that?
Bad just idea. Everyone who's buying a vape, no matter what age they are.
Do you think mobile phones are being overused by young people?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think it's how cyberbullying's like really easy now for people to do?
Yeah, and there's not like it's not as easy to figure out who the people are or anything like that. But
Yeah. You know what? I don't think people are like really being like taught like the severities of it. Like even when they are, like they don't take it seriously. You know, it's like oh, it's fine. I was gonna call in this TikTok saying something extremely awful to this person.
yeah, no, it is bad. It does need to be like faced with it.
Sometimes children are exposed to like some really bad things on the internet. You know, by like people just like posting them online. You know, and like really should.
No, there should be an age restriction to some things.
Yeah, but sometimes somehow like oh okay right. You know like TikTok's like moderation, right? Sometimes it's awful, sometimes it's like let some awful things pass through that. And like it's really bad because sometimes like 8-year-olds can be using that, you know, and they can just see that stuff and get traumatized for life.
Yeah, no, it does. It needs to be